Hey there, welcome to Hermit Haven. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Jackie. We're so excited to invite you into our safe space. Hermit Haven is like a cozy little hideout where we can celebrate being confident in ourselves as we find happiness in quiet moments.
So grab your favorite blanket and your favorite drink, and let's dive into today's episode.
Hi, I'm Jackie. Welcome back to Hermit Haven.
Hi, I'm Ashley. We're excited to have you. This week we're going to chat about being a girl's girl and what does that mean and how that's super important.
We say it all the time, but this is one of our favorite topics. I feel like we could talk about this topic for hours because I feel like this is a huge topic that we often talk about. And a lot of the things that we normally talk about, I feel like flow into this specific topic as well. So,
Yes.
we'll say, I guess we probably have a similar meaning of what a girl's girl means, but we could start there and just say what we
Yeah.
think it is. Do I start?
Yeah, go for it.
I feel like a girl's girl is someone that can be supportive of other women, obviously, and help lift them up without even when they have something that you don't have, or even when they achieve something that you haven't achieved, even if you feel like that ping of jealousy, which is a human thing, you still are able to wholeheartedly cheer someone on. That's what I feel like being a girl's girl is.
I agree. I would also add that it's looking out for another woman. This is a sisterhood. It doesn't matter if it's the random woman in the bathroom that has toilet paper stuck to their shoe, or if it's your long friend that you've been friends with for 10 years. It's about sisterhood. It's about having another person's back. I feel like sometimes, so many times we're in our own lane and we're just trying to get from point A to B, and it's not supposed to be that way though. You're supposed to look out for the next person.
Yep, absolutely. Agree.
I
Uh,
oh, I was gonna say I think a lot of people think too being a girl's girl means that I don't know, I feel like when I think girls girl, I think teamwork. I think right, how I feel like it's basic friendship lesson.
mhm.
I work with children all day, every day, and we always say we're all friends here and this, that, and the third. And eh, I get frustrated with that little pet peeve, we're all friends here. We don't always have to be friends, right? That doesn't have to be the thing, but having the mindset that if you see someone feeling left out, to include them. If you see someone like having trouble doing something, help them out. So yes, we don't always have to be friends, but having that mindset oh, I saw my friend dropped her snack. I'm gonna help her pick her up. Obviously, this is a kid example, but still, if you take that as an adult example, oh, I'm at someone's house. I don't really know them, but let me ask if they need help.
Yeah. It's making me think of when you were saying with kids and being friends and stuff, when people are in a new friend group, they're being they knew someone in the friend group, but they don't know anyone else. Being a girl's girl is making that person feel included, even though because they probably are nervous, they don't know anyone, or someone that moved to a new area or whatever, and trying to just make them feel included. You don't have to be BFFs with them. If you don't click, that's cool, but just trying to make someone else feel like there's a community there is part of that too.
Yeah. I think too, I don't know, another thing I think about girls is I don't know, I don't know if it's just me because that's my personality, but you ever see another woman struggling at the clothing store trying to pick out an outfit, and you're like, yes, get that. You don't know them, it doesn't matter, but literally just giving this hype moment to another woman,
Yeah.
and I think we talked about this before we got on the screen, but we really want to talk about too is having the confidence, right? Jackie was talking about, go ahead.
About confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like confidence, it's hard when and you don't have to have the most confidence, but I feel like it's hard when you have a very low confidence to be the best girl's girl that you could be. You can still be a girl's girl, but because when you have a lower confidence level, you get jealous of other people, right? When someone else is achieving more than you, or someone, lost weight and you're struggling, or whatever it is, you see a lack where in yourself when someone else is doing better than you. I mean, this happens all the time all over the internet, right? When like someone blows up and people are like, you're not relatable anymore. And it's like, people grow, like people change, and that's okay. But like, you have to be able to be happy for other people. And so it's hard to do that when your confidence is lower because you tend to go towards the jealousy, right? But getting confidence isn't like you don't have to like be the hottest and like this skinniest person to have a bunch of confidence. Confidence is like you tell yourself you're going to do XYZ for yourself. Maybe that's I'm going to do my skincare every morning. Maybe that's I'm going to go for a walk every day. Maybe that's I'm going to try to eat healthier, whatever. When you do what you're going to say, when you tell yourself this is what I'm going to do for myself and you actually do it, that's how you build confidence. And I feel like that's a huge part of being able to be the best girl's girl.
I think too, adding on to that, I think when you have confidence in yourself, you're not afraid to speak up. I feel like so many times, one of the reasons why you won't speak up is because you feel like that person's gonna judge you. And I get it. Like, I don't know, like, I've always been this person, I'm like, what do they think if I say this, you know?
Yeah.
But you have to break that bubble. Like, you would want, right? Like, if you had something in your teeth, you would want someone to tell you that yourself. So, it's having that confidence that that person's not going to judge you. It's having that confidence that like it's okay to speak up. It's okay to say what I have to say, right? And if that person does judge me, okay, then that's their problem, not mine, you know?
Yeah.
Like I'm just trying to have this girl's back.
Yeah. Knowing that you're doing it in the like most wholehearted way, not in like a backhanded way. Like that's where you need to come from being a girl's girl, just being like wholehearted, like your heart's on your sleeve, like you're just letting them know, like, hey, you have a little bit, like yesterday, my neighbor had like some cake on her forehead, and like, you have a little bit of cake because, whatever, birthday cake or children everywhere, and just being able to just let them know, like, hey, hold on. You got a little something right there, and they're like happy that you told them.
Yeah.
They're not going to be like, oh my gosh, why did you tell me that?
I
You
mean,
know?
I feel like too, like I remember like my bubby, she always would like have something on her face or like her makeup was just like a little too dark. And I would say something, obviously, and she didn't care. That was her personality. So having this like they don't like if someone doesn't care what you have to say, don't get upset. Like
Yeah,
don't get mad. Like that's part of that confidence. Like I said what I had to say. I said my piece. It came from the right place. How they take it and what they do with it is on them.
yeah. And you have to have some judgment too. There's obviously some areas that like if you think someone is overweight, that might not be the right time to be the girl's girl and say that to them because A, maybe they're happy that the way that they are, and B, the way to come at something very personal like that is more like, hey, how are you feeling?
Yeah.
Because really, that usually, like when I gained weight after dad died, like that was more an emotional thing. I was emotionally eating and I was not okay. And so coming at me and being like, Jackie, did you gain 10 pounds? Probably not the girl's girl thing to do, but being there as a friend and being like, are you okay? Do you need a hug? Do you need someone to sit with you? Do you need like coming at it that way is a girl's girl.
Yeah, supporting that journey. Like there's right, there's always going to be a time and place to speak up. It might not always be the appropriate time and place. So you just have to find that like correct place, I would say, and supporting that person's journey. So if that person's going through a journey of grief, right? Instead of like trying to tell them how to live, because that's not really being a girl's girl either, but t being like, hey, what are you doing for yourself? How can I support you? What can I do for you as being a girl's girl? Like, really being a girl's girl is being a cheerleader for someone else, right? And it has to, again, like, again, this is just my opinion, but it has to do with sisterhood, right? What would you want your, like, if you, I don't have a sister, so I'm probably the worst person to like say this in a way, but if I had a sister, I would want my sister to support me in this way. What would that way be?
Yeah. Yeah. I do have a sister. She's amazing. And we just try to be there for each other. And when she has an accomplishment in her life or something that she needs to talk about, like I just want to be a listening ear. And it's almost one of those situations sometimes when it's like, do you want my opinion or do you just want me to listen? Right? Like that's being a girl's girl. Like, do you just asking, just simply asking. Sometimes I just need to vent to someone and I don't need you giving me advice. I just like want to let you know how I'm feeling. I just want you to be like, you're going to be okay, you know? Or
Yeah.
sometimes like, hey, do I look good in this outfit? Like genuinely. And sometimes I have to say it to my friends, like, I just need your like serious opinion. I don't need you to hype me up right now. Like I just want you to tell me like does this look flattering on me, you know? But not everyone has like that community unfortunately to ask someone. And so, we're hoping that like this podcast we're trying to formulate that community so that we can be there for each other and be able to be the girls, you know. So,
Yeah, I think too, like going off of like supporting someone's journey, you may not understand their journey. You may not understand like why they took that promotion, even though they could have done something else, or why they took that job, right? Or why they're with that person that they've been with like for the last like year that treats them terribly. You might not understand it. And it's being a girl's girl means that yes, you speak up when you have to speak up, but it also means that you show up when you need to show up. So if
yeah,
that person's like, hey, we're having a double date and you don't like this person, you still show up because you're supporting your sister, you're supporting the girl, you know?
yeah,
I think that's something too is putting your feelings and opinions aside and just being ultimately supportive.
absolutely. Yeah. No, I've been there and you want to say like, "Hey, like are you sure about this?" But it's just sometimes people have to go through things and experience it in order to learn from it. And unless they are like being harmed in some way, then obviously like that is the time to step in. But yeah, it's true. It's really hard, I think, for people to do that is to like sit back and see someone else doing something. And the thing here is it's all perspective and we all have different perspectives. And so something that might be okay for me happening in my relationship might not be okay for someone else. Like the way that Glennon well, that's not really a good example, but maybe, some people talk to each other like a certain way in relationships, and that's just how they talk to each other, and they're perfectly fine with it, right? Like there's all sorts of like funny, um, what's it called? Like funny videos of couples, online, and some of it I'm like, whoa, like if Glenn did that, I'd be like not okay with it, but like maybe they are okay with it. It's also probably for just for social media, but I'm just using that as an example. Like you have to know that some people are going to have their own opinions and how they're going to live their life. And it is going to be different from yours. And it's supposed to be different. It's supposed to be. And you need to be able to be there and be supportive and just know that it's going to be okay. Like
Yeah.
it's fine. You're just going to move along with your both of your lives and just be there.
No, I agree. I think something else too, like I will admit I'm not the best at, is like I know I do it for Jackie, but I'm not good at doing it for others, I feel is like on social media, right? Like saying like you look beautiful or like this is, I feel like lack in that interaction. And that's
Yeah.
another place where you can be supportive is because
Yeah.
nowadays, and I know this took my brain a lot to understand, but nowadays people don't call, people don't text, they just put their announcements online. And so still being supportive for those announcements and those things, right? Like, it takes 2 seconds to write happy anniversary. It takes 3 seconds to say happy birthday, whatever it is. And I know I'm not the best at that. I know that's just like something I've been working on.
Yeah.
But I think that's like another place, like we see all these, right, as also content creator, you sometimes see people with their negative opinions, you see them with their negative self, but if you have nothing nice to say, then don't say it. That's
Yeah.
what being a girl's girl is being supportive and not saying things that are not nice.
Yeah. Trust me, there are times on the internet when I just want to be like, but what is that going to help me? It's not, you know what I think about every time that I want to say something that is just not nice, which first of all is not good to do, but I'm a human. We're all humans. I'm not trying to say that like we're the best girls ever because we're humans and we're learning. We're just sharing what we have experienced because we've practiced this a lot. We are religious people. So I always think about the only person that should be judging someone else is God. And unless someone is stepping in to like physically harm another human or, emotionally, physically, whatever, harm, actual harm, it's just not my business to judge them. Like, you want to go make money however you want to go make money. Like, if that makes you happy, then go for it. Like, why am I judging? Why am I judging? I'm not God. I don't care how religious someone is. Like, you're not God, so you don't need to be judging someone else. And so, therefore, you just have to take your finger and scroll along when you see stuff on the
You don't
internet
have
that you
room
don't
for
like.
negativity. You're a girl's girl. There's no negativity. You have space in your heart for honesty. You have space in your heart for growth. You have space in your heart to be there for someone else. You have space in your heart to be like selfless and just do things out of pure kindness. Like I think, being a girl's girl is literally the definition of being the ultimate friend, but being that ultimate friend for another woman.
Yeah, I think it's like very freeing too. And I don't want to get like stuck on the social media thing. I mean, it's all of life, but I feel like it's very freeing when you can hear someone have a totally different opinion than you and not get, I mean, you might feel some sort of way. You're a human, you're not a robot, but not get so upset to where you're like stewing on it and you're like thinking about it. You're letting it take up space. Like, it is so freeing when you can just be like, oh, that's an interesting statement. Moving along, or oh, that's an interesting choice, or that's a weird video. Moving along,
100%.
it's so freeing to not have to sit and like think about that and be so upset online, like posting about it and being like, blah, 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 blah.
A
Just let it go.
hundred percent.
Yeah.
I think a lot. Okay, so when I think girls girl, I think about like back when I was like younger and we like go out to drink and do all this like fun stuff and like you'd be like in the bathroom hyping up the next girl or like the girl in the bathroom's having a situation, you're like helping that girl out. Like there is no in that moment, there is nothing else in the world but you helping that other woman out. And I think that's like what's so special about being a girl's girl is right? Like you don't have to be drunk, you don't have to be out in the bathroom with some random girls, but like in that moment of being a girl's girl, it's just you helping another woman out. It's you uplifting someone else and creating this like bond, creating this moment, right? Like and again,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be someone you know in person. It can literally be the most randomest woman in the grocery store, wherever,
Yeah.
right? Like it's
Yeah.
it's that special moment.
Do you remember? I think I told you that one day when I was walking to the grocery store, it was like not too long ago. I think it was the last time I got my hair cut. And I was on the phone with Glenn, my husband, and someone was passing. I was literally walking on the phone. Someone's passing by and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I love your outfit." And I never get told that. And it literally made my whole day. I was like, "Glenn, did you hear that?" He's like, "I did." I was like, "Shit." And I wish I would have like stopped and like had it. Like, I just wanted to hug her and like have a whole conversation with her because it makes your whole day. And I need to be better about doing that because I know I can feel it right now, like how she made me feel in that moment. And it just makes you feel like you're on top of the world. Giving compliments, first of all, when you give out positive energy, you attract positive energy. So when you are like, oh, that girl, like she thinks she's so amazing, blah, 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 that is not, first of all, a girl's girl. And second of all, that's energy that you're going to get back. And I wholeheartedly believe that. And there's like studies on this stuff. And
Yeah.
so if you're giving out negative energy, you're getting it back. But like imagine how good you will feel because I'm sure she felt good like telling me that too because she saw the smile on my face. And so imagine if you did that all the time, all over the internet, all over the world, and you just told everyone, "Oh my gosh, your hair looks amazing," or "I love your, shirt," and like, being genuine, like obviously don't lie about it, but imagine how good you would feel and imagine how many people you are affecting in the
Yeah.
world and how much positivity you are spreading.
It's 100% true. I think too, like finding a way to have those conversations is sometimes hard, but like I was in the elevator leaving my OBGYN and there was another lady in the elevator and we both were holding our little sonogram pictures and I was like, "Hey, how many weeks are you?" And she told me how many weeks and I told her how many weeks I was and I was like, "Congratulations." And she's like, "Congratulations." And we never talked again. But like in that moment, it was just so special. So I think finding moments to be a girl's girl is like 100% something you can do too to like make it happen.
Yeah. Can you talk about how I know we were talking earlier about like what we do. Can we talk about the eyebrow thing? Like, how do you tell someone? You could tell a story. You could tell a story. But how do
So
you? I feel like I'm not good at this, and so because I get scared and I get nervous, and so
I would
how you tell
okay.
a story? And how did you have the confidence to do what you did? Go ahead.
I will say like I lack some details because it's been multiple years, but when Jackie and I first met, her eyebrows were she does her eyebrows just like every girl does her eyebrows, but she was just doing them a little too thick for her face, and her face is gorgeous. She doesn't need all that makeup, and I just found a way to be like, hey, by the way, like your eyebrows would look better this way. I don't remember how I
I
sparked
wish I
it.
would have remembered how you said it.
I don't honestly, but I will say it's the art of listening. So something I've always done because I feel like sometimes I like how do I say this? Like, I always find a way to bring, like, if there's something that's really bugging me, I will listen intently to a conversation with this person, like the person I'm talking to, and then wait for like them to bring up the topic and then just kind of slide it in. That's always kind of been my thing. I told someone recently that they would look more beautiful without makeup. And I just waited for them to tell me, like, wait for them to say I need to go put on my makeup. And I literally just said, you don't need any makeup. You're gorgeous without it.
Yeah.
Like,
I I think though the thing about Ashley and the reason that like I didn't get offended in the moment because I think if someone else would have said it, I would have felt like, oh my gosh, like that's rude. But the thing about Ashley is that because I know her as a girl's girl, because she's kind of always this way, like she does a lot of the things that we're talking about just naturally in her life. Like she is literally a ray of sunshine. I've said that on other episodes, but she does hype other people up so much. She's been calling me oh my gosh, what is it?
super boss.
Super boss. She's been calling me super boss like since I've known her. Like she's always hyped up other people. And I think because I know you as a person that hypes up other people, when you come to me and give me like, I don't even want to say criticism, but just like constructive
Advice.
opinion, I didn't take offense to it like I probably would have from a lot of other people because I know you as someone that hypes me up. And I think that's where it is like life changing for you to be able to be honest with other people because you are always like that person emulating that, like the girl's girl. Like you're
I think
always empowering others and it's, making other people feel good. So I think that has a lot to do with it doesn't even honestly matter like what you said, but that's a huge reason why I didn't get offended by it.
like I just wouldn't want to like I feel like as a woman you sometimes do things and you experiment with things or like you're just living your daily day life and you're just going on about your life and like you may have something in your teeth or like your hair there's like your hair sticking up whatever it is like I would want someone to tell me because I don't know and I need that support, right? Like it's
But
not
I think there's a difference. I'm not trying to cut you off, but I think there's a difference between like, hey, there's something in your teeth, which is kind of easy to tell
yeah.
someone. Like the way that you do your eyebrows is like a little bit heavy for your face.
But
There's a difference.
it is a difference, but it starts off like level one. Like you can't get to level 100, right? If you don't start with level one. So level one is
Yeah.
just noticing, hey, that girl needs a makeup touch. Like tell her, right? It's little things.
I think it's also helpful when you're trying to give someone like I guess a criticism. Like you have to just, this is a very fine line, but when you hype them up previous to telling them that,
Mhm.
like you are gorgeous. Like I love your eyes. I think they're like your eyebrows might just be like a little heavy for you. I don't even know if that's how you'd say it because I
I
feel like I'd be
wouldn't because
nervous
I
to
feel
say
like that
it.
feels fake.
But I feel like when someone I guess if you knew them, then they'd know that they were always hyping you up. I'm thinking about like strangers on like the street.
I think it's telling people like right, like this looks great on like I get like you want to wear the makeup or like you want to do the thing, but you would look so much better if you did this way or
Yeah.
giving options too. Like you don't want to be like this is the only opinion I have.
Yeah. I think it's almost like semi a niche thing too, because you don't. There's some girls that can tell strangers these things. There are some girls that just have this personality that is so magnetic. You can just see them and talk to them for 2 seconds and they just you could tell they're a girl's girl. They are just someone that naturally hypes other people up. They just have this certain personality. I think those are the only kind of people that really could see a stranger and say something like that. I think otherwise it really needs to be like a close friend that
Yeah.
is a girl's girl that can do
I
that.
just, it's so funny when you were talking about that. My brain just started thinking about this one girl. We're not like super friends or anything. Like, I would say we're acquaintances, but like every time you see her, she's like gives you a hug. She asks you how you're doing. Like, just so girl, girl. And like, I'm not like that in a way, but that's just every girl's girl is different.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I can think of someone that I'm just like they're that way too. And but I love as a, like an introvert, someone that's shy, I attract to people that are more outgoing because opposites attract. And so I think people that are like genuine, like you could tell they're genuine.
Mhm.
I love it. Like I love when they're just like, "Oh my gosh, like how are you?" Like you just can tell. And they attract people to them because they are that way. And I think it's something that we can practice and like get better at. I'm definitely not like an expert at that, but I just try to like listen. And as a shy introvert, I try to listen. I try to smile. Like I try to remember some things about people. I think listening though and be in like eye contact, like having eye contact when you talk to someone. There's little things that go such a long way that make someone feel seen and heard and like you care.
I think too, creating a safe space like where people can feel they can come to you and like always being that person. It's like checking in on your friends and just being there for the other person. I think too, realizing that making someone feel supportive and it's asking them sometimes like what they need. Like, how can I support you, right? Or, hey, I have something to tell you, this is what I need to tell you. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know. There's so much about being a girl's girl. And I think it's really, at the end of the day, it's the basic level of friendship, but it's doing it for another woman. And
right.
it
With
doesn't have to,
selfless,
yeah.
not
And it doesn't,
expecting something in return because you're being nice to them, so they'll do something for you. Like it's almost like when you lend someone money. Like don't lend someone money and expect it back. Like lend it and know that like you might not get it back, but you're doing it to help someone out. Do you know what I mean? Like it's that same, but it's your energy that you're giving instead of money. It's like I'm giving this energy knowing that like I might not get that in return, but that's not why I'm doing it. I'm doing it so they'll feel good, so that I'll feel good, so that I'm giving that energy out, you know?
I think another thing about being a girl's girl is speaking up like against like someone that's gossiping about another girl or like if someone's being negative to themselves, speaking up and saying, no, that's not true. This is how, that might be your opinion, but this is how I'm feeling. I think, just there's so, again, it's just basic friendship things, but you're creating a sisterhood and it doesn't have to be with your friends. It could be with the random woman that you met in the elevator, that you loved her purse, or you loved her, that she has a sonogram picture just like you.
Yeah. I also, something that I thought about like before this episode started, like not being a flaky person.
Yeah.
If you made plans, like I hate breaking plans with people. Like I absolutely hate it. So unless I really have to, I don't like doing it because they're expecting me and like we made plans. But if you have to break plans, just be honest. Hey, my mental health is terrible. Like it could just be something like that. You don't even have to have like a reason. Like my mental health is terrible today and I literally can't get myself up. And maybe by telling them that, instead of meeting up, they at least will be there to support you and hype you up. But like I feel like people that are flaky, it's not a girl's girl.
No, 100%. It's just not a trait in a girl's girl. There's a lot of traits in a girl's girl, but that's why I keep saying like it's just go back to those lessons that you learned when you were like kindergarten, preschool, how to be a friend and think about how can I be a friend to another woman because women need support, right? How many I think about how we just read in Power of Habit about Rosa Parks and how she had the entire support of every woman plus every man because And it's just, we all need that support, whatever it is. It might need support just to make an easy decision. It might be support. Hey, I just need you to listen. Hey, I just need you to be honest with me. What do you think about this? Right.
And
And
she had that support because she gave a lot of support as well. Like she didn't just get it because she's Rosa Parks. Like she was a girl's girl. And so
yeah,
therefore she, people were there for her too when she needed them.
yeah. So I think, can we say like, I think we've like accomplished what the mission of being a girls is?
I think so. I mean, I'm sure there's more to it, but like this is kind of just
Yeah.
what we see as being. I just feel like we could all of us could practice more being a girl's girl and to ourselves too, to others, to ourselves, like just, yeah, being there, thinking more positively, not judging as much on other people, realizing it's okay to have differing opinions. It's okay to like different stuff. It's okay to be on different journeys. Like, be there for yourself, be there for others, even if they're not on the same
Yeah.
journey.
I think too, I think something like if I had to be like take away one thing from this lesson is you can be a girls to anyone, like anybody in this world. So take a moment to just do it. You will feel better and that person that you're doing it with is going to feel better too. And we all need a girl in our corner that is always in our corner.
Absolutely.
And I think, I would love to hear how you are a girl's girl already or things you're going to try to do to be a girl's girl, right? What is some things that you truly, love about being a girl's girl?
Yeah. And things that we missed or, things that you want to work on, it might be something we need to work on too. We would love to hear it.
Yeah, we will continue this discussion in our Facebook group, and we will see you every Wednesday for our conversations. And you can find us on all the social medias. And if you like this episode, let us know by liking it, leaving a comment, telling us again what is girls to you. What does that mean? We love
Yeah.
you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for spending time with us today and being part of our Hermit Haven community.
We hope you enjoyed our cozy chat and are inspired to embrace your inner hermit.
Remember, even in the quiet moments, you're never alone on this journey because we are truly all in this together.
So until next time, stay cozy, stay true to yourself, and keep spreading love wherever you go.
Bye for now.
We'll see you next time.